Hi Aries, welcome back. So Aries, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. When I was meditating on the collective Aries energy, the energy that I was feeling coming in was very high level, spiritual type of energy. Okay, so some of you might be feeling more in tune with your spiritual self, or you might just be noticing that there's more like deja vu or signs or synchronicities coming in for you during this time frame. I kept seeing an image. It looked like someone was in a library and they were kind of like thumbing through books, and I heard Akashic records, which is really interesting because in the last Sunday live that I did, actually I did it on Monday last week, in that reading for you Aries, it talked about the Akashic records, past lives. They were showing me the book Journey of the Souls. Some of you might actually have read that book. If not, it's an excellent read. Okay, if nothing else, it's intriguing. But it's kind of like looking beyond what is surface level. Okay, and the guidance is to dig a little bit deeper. Okay, so some of you might benefit from maybe reading about some of those things. Maybe you're already into that. I know I have a lot of spiritually minded Aries that watch me. Some of you might already be practitioners is the word that I'm getting, or you've been in practice for a while with whatever it is that you're gifted at. But we all have spiritual gifts, every single one of us. It's just whether we are in allowance and acceptance of that or not. So this might be a good time to come into some sort of balance with your ego self, okay, which is necessary, but then also your spiritual self, and finding some sort of balance between you and your lower self and your higher self. And then the only image that I got was, it looks like a flower, not too much different than that one up there. But then I got the word eucalyptus. So I don't know if you like eucalyptus, or that could be a sign for you. Who knows? Take it or leave it. It's a general reading. So, yes, let's go ahead and get into it, Aries, and see what the tarot cards have to say for you and what's coming in over these next few weeks. So this is the card of opposition and balance, Libra energy showing up for some of you. That could be in your chart or just the influencing vibes of those around you. This is talking about relationships, okay, but also the most important relationship, which is the relationship between how you feel about yourself, the relationship with self, right? But it's talking about, becoming more aware, becoming more conscious of your part in relationships. Sometimes this can talk about finding balance in situations where there maybe was a lot of differences or even confrontational type of energy showing up. This can be kind of a testy vibe. Some of you could have felt like you were being tested when it came to a specific relationship or just in relationships in general. And it's kind of finding a balance in that. A lot of times when we feel like we're in opposition with someone, we are mirroring something in ourselves that we may not be self-aware of, so that's something to look at as well. All right. So for instance, I had a situation come in where I felt like a person was not, what's the word I want to use? They weren't being respectful, okay? Or they weren't, I can't get it out, Aries. Oh my gosh, I want to give you an example. I had an issue recently where I felt like someone was not being respectful of my time, okay? Making plans for me, so to speak. And at the moment, I felt like, wow, I really don't like that about this person. They're pushiness. And then a few days later, I realized that I ended up doing that same exact thing to someone else. So sometimes we're unconscious of the things that we do to other people until we feel it coming from someone other than us. And this is how we mirror in relationships, in life. And it provides some self-awareness, because it's like, wow, I didn't like how that felt when that was done to me. Do I do that to other people? Maybe I do that to other people. That's something I should be more aware of, more conscious of, right? So that's kind of how we emotionally mature as well throughout life. And so there's something about that coming in, so don't be so quick to judge when you see something in another person that you dislike. Instead, kind of take a step back and ask yourself, where that's coming from, okay? And why are you attracting that out of that person? So you have the card of receive. I'm going to wait to the end to read the guidance cards, and we're going to go ahead and get into the headspace here, Aries. What's going on in the headspace. Then we're going to look at the heart space. What do you have going on when it comes to your emotional self? And then we're going to look at the big spiritual picture. So, Aries, headspace. So you have the 8 of discs here, the star, the King of Wands. Get one more. Before I started this reading, I was like kind of getting ready in the bathroom, and I usually ask for messages to start coming in before I actually sit down. And it's popping back in my mind when a song came through, and I was thinking about doing your reading, and it was Little Red Corvette. You might be hearing that song on the radio, or you might like that song. It's an old one by Prince, but particularly the one part of the song where he says, "Believe it or not, I started to worry that I didn't have enough class." So I don't know why that's coming through. Maybe check out that song. Maybe that has some sort of meaning to you. It could also be that some of you are, have been worried that possibly maybe you didn't have enough to offer, or something about, classiness. I don't know. Presenting yourself with class. I'm not really sure, but maybe we'll get more information out as we go. So, 8 of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Star, the King of Cups here in the headspace. There's a sense here, Aries, of doing some self-improvement work, okay, that's helping you to feel a bit more confident. It's helping you to kind of reconnect with the part of you that has this very hopeful energy about you. So some of you may have felt like you had given up hope in the past, okay, but now there's some sort of balance coming in. Because now I have that song, it's from TikTok, Go Little Rock Star. So I feel like this is kind of you getting back into this place of like, you know what? I am classy. Or I am a rock star, right? Maybe someone was playing off of your insecurities, or maybe you were playing on your own insecurities, Aries. But I feel like that you're coming into this more balanced way of thinking, and therefore emotionally maybe feeling a little bit more confident in your decision making, feeling a little bit more confident in the fact that, yes, I do have this, I do got this. There is a lot of hopefulness showing up here with the star, healing energy coming in on a spiritual level for some of you. That's helping you to kind of, they're giving me the word addendum. There's something about an addendum. Okay, you're amending an emotion or amending something within self, okay? Yeah, so there's a heavy focus here on building up your confidence, especially when it comes to the things that you do. Whether that be, what you do for an actual job or what you do as a hobby, something that you feel is a calling to you. There's something calling to you, Aries, that's helping, that is on your path to emotionally grow and spiritually grow you. So some of you could feel that calling coming in. As I'm hearing now, calling card. Okay. Some of you might be heavy in your thoughts about Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio as well. okay, as those zodiac signs are showing up, or you could have those zodiac signs in your own chart. So let's go into the emotional space then and see. I keep getting this song, and I've gotten it in a few different readings. I don't know why it keeps coming up. It might have been in one of your readings. Can nobody take my pride? Can nobody hold me down? Oh no. Maybe there is a sense of like, in a weird way, I'm getting like you feeling the need to defend yourself, Aries, and they're saying you don't need to justify why you are the way that you are because you're perfect the way that you are. So if you're feeling like this defensiveness in your energy, it's okay to kind of let that go, right? Other people don't need to be proud of you for you to be proud of you. Other people don't need to understand you for you to understand you, okay? And really, it's not the job of other people to validate you in that way. It's your job to connect with your higher self and provide that self-validation. That way you're never depending on other people to provide that for you. Some of you like to be a cheerleader for other people. So on the other side of that coin, maybe you've gotten into some sort of bad habit, Aries, of validating other people as a way to show love to them. But people become addicted to that, and you might be setting yourself up for some codependent relationships when you do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're dealing with someone who has trouble validating self, and you've attracted them into your life because you are a person who cheers for other people, you validate other people, now you've kind of set up somewhat of a codependent attraction here. So that's something to be aware of, especially for those of you who are calling in new relationships, but maybe also looking at existing relationships, right? And is there true balance there? Because the other thing is, sometimes I feel like, Aries, you tend to gas up your partners because it feels good to you, right? And then you don't always get that in return. So you might find that you continually, gassed up someone or validated someone, was their cheerleader, but then when it comes to you, it's not reciprocated, right? Or like I said, you might have been taken advantage of, where now it's an expectation, right? And if you don't continue to gas me up, well, then you're not loyal to me. So be really careful about that, Aries. Also, if someone uses that term that you have to prove your loyalty to them, that is a huge red flag, right? So just something to be like aware of as the messages are coming in. So 2 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and the Chariot here showing up in the emotional space. So again, I didn't look at the cards, but the cards are saying exactly what I was just saying. If emotionally you're connecting with people or situations that at the end of the day leave you feeling like you've got nothing else to give, or that it's tapping into your energy stream, but not in a good way, it's time to reevaluate those relationships. Because you do have a choice in what you give attention to and who you give affection to, right? So there is this sense of like kind of feeling emotionally drained, maybe even a bit of confusion as to like what is best for you, but your emotional guidance system is always telling you what's best for you, in the way that if you don't feel good, then it's not good, whatever you're giving focus to or investing your time and energy into is not, your emotion of not feeling good is letting you know that may not be something you want to continue with, right? So pay attention to your emotions. Some of you are at this breaking point here, right? There's this egg that's breaking over this guy's head in this picture, where it's just like either you're gonna break or you're gonna move on. And I'll tell you, because they're giving me that song again, ain't nobody gonna take my pride. Nobody's gonna break you. They don't have that power over you, Aries, and you know that. So it's like, well, okay, then I'm gonna move forward, right? Because it just doesn't feel good to be in this emotional space that I've been in. And so it's like wanting to feel good again, or wanting to feel like yourself again, is the driving force that's pushing you to get back in touch with your spiritual self and the connection that is of most importance to you, which is the relationship with how you feel about yourself. So let's go into the bigger spiritual picture here, Aries. Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords. Ooh. Ah! Oh, that was way too many cups. Or cards. But we'll keep them. We'll keep them. So these kind of came out in a chunk, so I feel like that's a different storyline here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so let me get one more in this. Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Three of Swords. What's the Three of Swords? Oh, this is the clarification for the Three of Swords. Okay. Okay, the clarification was the Hanged Man, the Nine of Swords, and the Princess of Cups. So, Aries, this is a really interesting depiction of the Knight of Cups, right? Because this person is wanting to open up, okay? The person in the depiction is wanting to open up emotionally, and then someone's got their hand over the cup so that the emotions can't come out. So it's kind of like this sense of holding something back emotionally, or feeling like maybe you can't give your love to someone that's not open to it, okay? So another red flag, you want to give to someone and they're not receptive of that, okay? Or vice versa, somebody could be wanting to give to you, Aries. This could all be interchangeable with someone you're connecting with, and you're not open to it. So take it as it resonates. It could be in relation to an air sign or a water sign, but it doesn't have to be. It's just like you're no longer in the space of wanting to stand on your head for another person. And you know what they say about people pleasing, right? Not that I think Aries is a people pleasing sign, but if you love someone, I feel like you will do backflips for them. You're just a very supportive cheerleader like that, okay? Even if you're a masculine, I feel you'll go all out. But it's the sense of like, why am I standing on my head for this? You know, and you can stand in your head, do flips, do back flips, do everything. But if someone doesn't appreciate you, they don't appreciate you, right? And you're exhausting yourself by putting too much focus on that, when in all actuality, it could be that there is a better path to get what you want, okay? Or a different match coming through for some of you. But it's like, some of you are trying to cut off an emotional tie to a person for whatever reason. And I feel like it's coming from a place of just hurt. Hurt. And it's like the longer you focus on the hurt, the harder it is to stay in balance, right? The more you think about it, the worse it gets. It's like there's so much. Have you ever tried to stop thinking about something only to find out that you keep thinking about it even more? Yeah, because it's called law of attraction. And even when you're trying not to think about something, you're still thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop necessarily thoughts, but you can reframe it in your mind. So say that you have something on your mind continually that does not feel good to you. Well, it's unlikely that you're going to stop the momentum towards thinking about it, especially if you've been dwelling for a while on it. So the better thing is not to tell yourself, oh, I'm not going to think about it, because you're going to think about it, but you're going to think about not thinking about it, but yet you're still thinking about it. Instead, accept that those are the thoughts that you're attracting right now. Just accept it. Just accept, this is where I'm at. This is what I think. It doesn't feel good, but this is where I'm at. And then slowly soothe yourself into a place where you can see the good that's coming out of that situation, that relationship, or that person as the sun comes out. Reframe it in your mind. Okay, well, what growth has come from this? What do I know about myself? What do I know better? Now that I know what I know, how can I change my decision making in the future? You know, everything is for our spiritual evolution. And so you're being encouraged to soothe the thought, not try to stop the thought, right? Because some of you have given a great deal of effort or time or maybe investment to something that hurts you, or you have given negative thought too much momentum, and now it's like you're trying to stop a train that's going 100 miles an hour on a dime, and it just don't work that way. You're going to get run over by the train of thought, Aries. So it's not likely you're going to stop that train, but you could get a running start next to the train and then hop onto it and slowly hit the brakes, okay? To give an analogy. Meaning, like, you can go with the thought. Let yourself think about the thing. Let yourself think about it. But that slowly catch up with the fact that there is more good that's coming out of this than bad that has been already experienced. And start getting ahead of the thought so you can get to the point where it just doesn't hurt you like that anymore. It doesn't bother you like that anymore. This is how you truly heal emotional wounding, okay? Even if this is stuff that you've been carrying from way long ago. So there's an opportunity. What's coming out of this that's really good, Aries, is there's an opportunity here for a renewal, for this new energy to come in. Some of you, once you stop thinking about something that you know doesn't serve you anymore, or a person that doesn't, there's a new person showing up, boop, or a new opportunity showing up if it's related to career. Once you stop stressing over, oh my gosh, I gave myself to this and I worked so hard and I didn't get what I wanted, and it's like, yeah, well, you're just not being patient enough because it's coming, right? So it doesn't matter if it's related to a relationship or a career or whatever, it's all energy. So let's see what the guidance cards were that I got out earlier. Making peace with my today will improve my future. That is exactly what I was just saying. Making peace with today. Making peace with where you're at. Emotionally, thought-wise, spiritually. Is what will improve your future. It says, it may sound odd, but the fastest way to get to a new and improved situation is to make peace with your current situation. By making lists of the most positive aspects you can find about your current situation, you then release your resistance to the improvements that are waiting for you. But if you rail against the injustice of your current situation, you will hold yourself in vibrational alignment with what you do not want, and then you cannot move in the direction of improvement. It would defy law. So, I mean, this card is like literally saying everything I was just talking about in different words. So maybe rewind it, listen to that twice. So then you have the card of receive. You're a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. But now it's time for you to learn how to receive. Just with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is natural law. So the way to bring about balance, okay, Aries, is, as we talked about, making peace with where you're at and putting yourself in the space of being open to receiving all the things in return that you gave. So, wow, interesting reading, Aries. Zodiac signs that you could be dealing with or have in your own birth chart: Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Libra. Could be Gemini and Pisces. But it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, Aries. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I have a lot of videos over there. I recently just did a video about some uncomfortable spiritual truths that you might like, but all of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube. If you're looking to donate to the channel, the donation link is over there as well. Either way, I am wishing you the very, very best, Aries. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.